Very sad. I used to have a cousin, God rest his soul, who used to tell all these random stories to me when I was a child, like during like Christmas period. Not just me and other cousins that were my age. Just very random and out there, considering at the time we were like 7, 8 or 9 and he was like 12, 13. Now that I say it out loud, it kind of makes sense. I remember this story. So it's set in like the 1600s. He was very, very detailed, I know, like very creative. Set in the 1600s, and it was this guy who worked for a rich sultan, yeah? So he was on this boat, so imagine, you work for a rich sultan, you get sent to go and get some items for him. So think of it as you're like the Amazon deliverer for the 1600s for like a rich sheik. So on the ship we had everything you can think of. Camels, gold, food, you name it. So this ship crashed. So this servant was the only survivor, and he ended up on this deserted island. Yeah? But he had everything you could ever need. So he was living the life. But he didn't have female company. So, one day he got a bit too, for lack of a better word, horny. And he was looking around and he kind of looked at his camel. And the camel looked at him and kind of knew what he was thinking. So as soon as he got up, the camel just ran. So this guy's chasing this camel all over this island. Then he bumped into this beautiful princess who also got shipwrecked. And she was like, "Oh, help me, I'm hungry, and if you could help me, I'll do anything for you." And he was like, "Anything? She said, anything." So she took her back to camp, fed her, she had a bath and everything, and she was back to looking beautiful. "So thank you for taking care of me. Now, what can I do for you?" And he looked at her and he said, "Catch that camel."
Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, but you did me wrong, so wrong. It's good to keep up with your mates, isn't it?
My name's Fred. I'm quite a dull man. A couple of nods. Wasn't always like that. Used to be in the army. It was quite exciting.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Joseph, for yours. That was exciting. But I now work in an office. Give me a shout if you work in an office. Yeah. Kind regards to you, sir. We'll take it offline. It's how we talk to each other. I get asked a lot whether it's very different, the army, compared to the office environments. I'm like, yes, Barbara. Yes, it is. For one thing, I think a lot less about suicide bombers and a lot more about suicide.
Okay, Robert.
No crowd work whatsoever. Robert. Not even an inclination of like, oh yeah, next act coming on. His name is Robert. Robert. I'm a dog, ladies and gentlemen. I am a puppy dog that I answer to. Hey, Robert. I've been meaning to meet more people. Right? And I don't drink, and I feel like that's how like 99% of the people in the UK kind of meet. So it kind of like hinders my ability to meet new people, right? So I've been looking for like events or stuff like that people can go to that are more like less alcohol focused. So I've been going to the Palestine protests. My dad left when I was 1 for valid reasons. He had good hindsight. My dad left when I was 1. But like, you don't need to feel bad about it. Like, no one needs to like be like, oh, it's not your fault. I'm fully aware of it. I know it's not my fault. Like, when you're 1, your dad can only do so many things for, you know, to drive him away. You know, there's only so many things in your skill set when you're 1. But like, if your dad leaves you when you're like 10, that's like, you know, that's your fault. I would say like, you definitely have a higher shareholder in the fault percentage, right? Like, I would say that's your fault. And the reason why I know this is because like I have a brother and he was 10 when my dad left. And I was 1.
Thank you for the applause, ladies and gentlemen. Applause is a funny thing. It's one of those things. It's a lot like chlamydia. You know, once you've given it, there's no chance of you taking it back. Thank you.
Alright, cool. So, hello, I'm Tom. Growing up, my dad taught me that the worst thing you can do is lie. Which I always thought I was a bit rich coming from someone with a comb over.
Yeah. I hate when people ask me if I watch anime, because you know, I'm not a child. I don't watch anime, that's for children. I watch hentai like a grown man. Yes.
Yeah, I'm feeling very good. The other day, I made my therapist laugh. Like, in a good way. Yeah. Like, she was laughing with me, not at me.
On the way here, I was. Has anyone seen these like new adverts? I'm not sure how many there are on the trains where it's like, don't rub your body against other passengers and don't flash parts of your. Has anyone seen these adverts? Yeah. It's like, don't do that. I was like, what sort of psychopaths are on the train? Like, and then like come here today, I'm like, okay, I understand these adverts. Like these adverts make perfect sense.
But as I mentioned, I voted for Brexit, so obviously I'm a South African, and I don't know if any of you have heard about a guy called Oscar Pistorius. Yeah. So if you don't know about Oscar Pistorius, he's a South African athlete. He was a double amputee. He was so good at running. He ran in the Olympics against, I don't want to say normal people, but like the normal, like people like us. Like I don't want to say that, like, you know, but he ran in the Olympics. He won medals and that, but then he murdered his wife on Valentine's Day. He shot her through the bathroom door. But either way, so Reva Steenkamp, his wife who he shot, Reva Steenkamp, she was a model. All right, she was 10 out of 10, absolutely gorgeous. As I said, he was disabled. And so I think I'm not saying that disabled people can't get hot women, I'm just calling reality, it's harder. It's harder, it's more difficult, I'm just stating the reality facts. He was disabled, she was a model, and he had the discipline and the resolve to win medals in the Olympics, right? So all I'm saying is, for him to shoot her, how annoying do you think she actually had to be?
Now, has anyone seen that shit? There's some advert, right? I think some Disney shit. You know, Disney, all this ethnic inclusivity bullshit. Yeah, shit don't make no goddamn sense. You got a white father, black son, all that bullshit. Dark as me, like, how the fuck that makes sense? And he's biological.